welcome back, everybody. This is the GSL Code A quarterfinals. I'm Doa. With me is Moltrap. We've made it all the way to our final quarterfinal match. It is going to be NS Hoso jjakji versus MarineKing Prime. And MarineKing Prime, let's talk about him a little bit here.
Let's talk about him.
I feel like in his wins this season, he's kind of scraped by a little bit. You know, his wins haven't been as convincing. I feel like his play hasn't been quite as strong as we've seen it in seasons past. And jjakji is a good TVTer, but he's unproven. You know, he's a newer player, hasn't had a lot of experience in the GSL yet. It's going to be an interesting match. I would have to give, the favor, of course, of MarineKing, but I feel like it could go either way again.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. In his matches against Yu-Gi-Oh! Last week, MarineKing won, but he only won 2-1.
Yeah.
He almost lost his wins, and the whole time I was kind of going like, what is he doing? Like, I was trying to figure out, like, what was going on, and, he still pulled it out, and that's how MarineKing works, is he's always doing something kind of different, but he somehow makes it work anyway, just through sheer force of will and aggression. But it looked, I don't know, it didn't look as solid as he often does. I feel like he's kind of in a slump almost or something. I'm not sure. I mean, he did go to the up and down matches.
I feel like he's going to be a lot more in his element this time around in TVT against this guy right here from the team NS Hoso. It's jjakji. He's had some success outside of the GSL. Now he's having some success inside the GSL. 2-0ing OGS Lovesick and FXO Lucky. Two Zerg players. This is going to be his first TVT.
Yeah. Well, he beat Hack in the round of 32.
No,
I'm sorry.
Did he? No,
I'm looking at
he didn't.
MarineKing. I'm sorry.
All right.
My bad. Forget I said anything.
Stats confuse me. That's okay.
Still thinking about MarineKing. No, you're right. jjakji it is going to be his first versus Terran in this tournament, but he has played several Terrans recently in like the iCup tournaments. He actually beat the best. Beat a player called Hart. Lost to Tasia.
Oh, and here is MarineKing. Everybody knows this guy. Has been around forever. Been a finalist many times. 2-0'd the next Hack, and then 2-1. So in his only TVT this season, he did go 2-0, and I really feel like MarineKing's strongest matchup is TVT. It's been that way for a long time.
Here's the thing, though, is in the up and down matches, MarineKing beat Fruit Dealer, a Zerg player, and he lost to Ryung, Dream, and Happy, all Terran players who aren't even the best Terran players. They're good, but they're not the best Terran players, and they're not the best.
I see what you did there.
If they're not the best, who also beat him in the iCup tournament a month ago. So Terrans have actually lately been a very big problem for MarineKing, even though traditionally he has done very well in TVT.
And that's exactly kind of what I was talking about here, is jjakji has a lot of potential. I feel like his strength is in TVT lately as well. A lot of the Korean Terrans seem to be strongest in TVT lately. So we'll have to see what happens. Is our newcomer going to not only get to the up and down matches, but also take down MarineKing and get to the semifinals?
jjakji's TVT hasn't really been tested yet either. He beat the best.
I've seen him play outside of the GSL. I guess that's kind of what I'm basing it on.
Fair enough.
He hasn't really been doing it in the GSL. You'll have to trust me on this one.
Okay, I'll trust you on that one. jjakji decided to eliminate Crossfire, and MarineKing didn't want to play on Velshire Beach.
Yep.
Older school player not wanting to play on them newfangled maps. Newfangled maps, get off my lawn!
Get off my beach.
Yes, but the first map is going to be getting underway here very, very soon. We're going to find out if MarineKing can take the first game, if he can take it out with his experience, or will the newcomer jjakji win?
All right, up at the top of the map, from the team NS Hoso here in Seoul, Korea. He is a new player to the GSL. Got all the way to the up and downs in his first ever Code A. He is
NS Hoso jjakji.
And I'm second guessing myself. It is his first ever Code A, isn't it? jjakji?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm 99% sure.
I'm 100% sure.
Good. Down at the bottom of the map, it is our blue Terran player. He used to be in Code S, now he's in Code A. Can he get back?
MarineKing Prime win.
Now here's the thing, jjakji did play in the GSL Open Season 2.
Right.
So that's It was not Code A, though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he has had a little bit of GSL experience, but not too much. Thank you again to Pepsi and G-Skill for sponsoring the GSL. You guys rock. I actually drink Gatorade quite a bit. They've got like this new red flavor here in Korea. It tastes like red. I actually don't know. No, I'm just kidding. It has like
Tastes
some
like
other
red?
flavor. It's just like the red flavor. I don't know what the actual flavor is, but it's good.
I think it's funny how the FXO guys, they all just wear whatever FXO shirt happens to be lying around, even though they have the names on the back. So like Leenock's wearing a slog shirt right now.
Yeah, that's what I've seen him wear most out of any of those. They'll have their own FXO jerseys soon, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yep. So it looks like it's going to be a gasless expand for jjakji, whereas MarineKing did get gas. So there's a lot of ways he can go from that. But we do have to wait a little bit longer before we really know what each player is going to do.
Yeah.
Now,
wait. Second gas for MarineKing, actually.
All right. So that could be, in general, that usually means either Blue Flame Hellions or Banshees.
More often Banshees, I would say, this early.
Yep. And usually in the past, you would just go, oh, that means Banshees. But, you know, lately, Blue Flame Hellions have become so popular that you really always have to include that as well.
Quite anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I mean, all the Terrans are meching right now, and Blue Flame Hellion is one of the pillars of mech. The pillars of mech, of course, being Blue Flame Hellion tanks and Vikings, although Banshees and Ravens and things have been definitely showing their importance in that matchup as well.
And he is getting a reactor on his barracks, MarineKing is, which would again further indicate, well, not necessarily indicate, but that's kind of something you often see with a Cloaked Banshee build.
Yeah.
You get the reactor barracks, so you can put out a lot of Marines.
That's exactly
so that you can
right.
use up your minerals.
Yep.
And have a lot of ground forces in case of any kind of early attacks before your Banshees get out.
And I'm waiting to see what he does with this tech lab. If it's going to be a starport or if it's going to be just a tech lab right away. Tech lab going down on the barracks for jjakji.
jjakji really is expecting Reapers for some reason. He has not scouted anything at all, but he really is worried about Reapers. He put some Marines over on the side of his base.
Well, yeah, I mean,
now he's pulling them back now that it's kind of past that timing.
Oh, yeah, Reaper expands are pretty popular in TVT as well. So Tech Lab going down on that factory. There's a starport. The starport's not right next to the factory, though, so, you know, take from that what you want to. It's not far enough away that it doesn't rule out.
Well, he is actually producing a siege tank.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, that's curious.
Back on the NA server, I would see an opening every once in a while from some of the players there where it would be a siege tank drop.
Huh.
Just a really fast 4 Marines in one tank with siege mode.
Yep.
And don't know if we're ever going to see that in GSL. But yeah, there's the medevac.
Interesting. So it's not Banshees at all. But the thing is he has a lot of gas saved up right now that he's not really using, so...
oh, he's got about 100.
Well, now he just
mode.
used all of it, actually, with siege mode. So there you go.
That,
and jjakji scans everything.
That's actually exactly the timing for that opening that I was talking about, because the way you do it, your siege mode is going to finish almost exactly when you get to your opponent's base. Now, he could just decide to walk those units across as well, which is exactly what he's doing here. And this can be really, really strong. A lot of times, if your opponent, you know, does have a lot of bio, like jjakji has, you know, he did go that gasless expand, so he's going to have a lot of Marines, not a lot of upgrades. It can be very, very difficult to deal with that first tank with siege mode, and Marines being healed by a medevac. Oh, it does get spotted going across the map, though.
Uh-oh. jjakji has more Marines. Bringing out SCVs to defend as well, and MarineKing is forced to turn around.
Smart decision.
Without siege mode, jjakji has a big advantage.
Yep. Yep, it's actually really lucky for jjakji that he saw that. MarineKing moving in right now is a little bit risky. Siege mode finishing just now. He's going to want to siege those tanks up immediately after siege mode finishes. And that's exactly what he does. And with one medevac, that's going to help quite a bit.
Oh, huge siege shell in the middle of all those Marines, takes out.
And this is exactly why this opening is so strong. Yeah, because there's just not a whole lot that Terran has that can deal with this so early in the game. Yeah, MarineKing could potentially just win the game right here. We'll have to see. Here come the SCVs again. Medevac healing the Marines as best it can. And yeah, MarineKing.
That's it.
Just going to roll him right over. Excellent, excellent push by MarineKing.
Wow.
Yeah, really awesome.
That was
really cool for MarineKing. I love that opening, man. I didn't expect that he would actually do that. I'm like, we never see that in the GSL, but
and you were kind of right about. I was thinking kind of the old school build where when you see those 2 gas early on, it's like, oh, look, Banshee, right off the bat. But you're right, he actually had that build planned out perfectly.
Yeah.
He got just enough gas for siege tech and the tanks and the medevac, everything perfectly timed out, and it worked out perfect. And jjakji almost caught him out of position before siege mode, but he kind of like danced around a little bit, and I don't think jjakji realized what advantage he had with those Marines. Otherwise, he might have attacked into that and tried to do some damage before he got siege mode.
It's really difficult too because he saw those tanks. He doesn't know exactly when siege mode is going to finish. I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he's probably not very familiar with the timing for something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just not very common. Like I said, you used to see that on NA quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I cast a lot of live events before I came over to Korea there, and I would see that all the time. Haven't really seen that in Korea very much though. But I think it's a great opening. Glad to see MarineKing use it.
Yep.
Very cool stuff.
MarineKing goes up 1-0 against jjakji in a very, very short game. Short, sweet, quick.
Demoralizing game, too.
Demoralizing game. Yeah, jjakji's got to feel kind of crushed right now. Now, we're probably not going to see too quick of a game because our next map is going to be, in fact, Terminus Re.
Yeah, that's probably right.
And often see more macro-oriented games there. I would not be surprised if we do see MarineKing change his style up from that first game. And instead of going for a timing, decide to play a more macro-y game.
If you see a quick game on Terminus, it's usually because Blue Flame Hellions get dropped into someone's main and just kill all the SCVs.
That's true. We might see that as well,
something
actually.
With Blue Flame Hellions. Yeah. Every once in a while you see something like that. But you're right, it's probably going to be a longer game. I hope it is. I hope it's a longer game. I don't want the day to end yet, Moltrap.
Hopefully a little bit more competitive. We've seen 3 absolute dominations in a row.
I thought
3.5 dominations in a row because MarineKing totally crushed jjakji there. So we're going to find out here very soon if jjakji can show us a little bit better games against MarineKing. Let's find out. Game 2 on Terminus.